Lesson 2 specifically taught us that the self has several classifications, and knowing each of them will help us know more about ourselves. In the class discussion, it has been agreed upon that the self is a very powerful unit in our society and the most important aspect of social psychology. In fact, a lot of responses say that knowing the self is very essential for a person to effectively connect with society. Knowing ourselves first will help us understand other people. As one of them said, we must look inward in order to understand the world outside. Additionally, culture is seen as a very important factor on how the self will be. Just like how Irene Uy briefly described her life living in a Filipino-Chinese community since her high school years, she believes that for sure she was able to adapt the qualities of both cultures as a college student today. The topics of individualism and collectivism were also discussed, which are evident in Asian cultures and Western cultures respectively. A question raised by Justine Silverio is a good question we could all ponder on, and how does the self adjust if it is more individualistic but is in a collectivist society and vice versa? Applying the classifications in the lesson, our classmates were able to relate themselves to these through their experiences and insights about themselves. They see themselves in different social situations as they make up the society they are in. In these situations, they tend to interact and learn from each other. These highlighted the self as a social actor. As a motivated agent, on the other hand, learning about themselves allows them to improve and grow as individuals. A person is not a stagnant entity, for he or she changes his or her values or goals as he or she lives day by day. Lastly, being an autobiographical actor was touched by the class discussion as well when we understand who we were before, who we are now, and who we will be in the future. Basically, how we have developed over time. Being able to construct and tell a retrospective and prospective story of ourselves.